the question a lot of people ask is, okay, but I've heard about ASICs maybe many years ago. I even used ASICs, and they were very inflexible. The quality, was maybe across the board. Some chip designs actually produced very nice, very high quality. All of the original MPEG-II, all of the original H.264 encoders, those were all ASIC implementations. And for many years, and perhaps in some broadcast environments, they are still in production. So, so obviously the quality is acceptable, but isn't it inflexible? So that's the question a lot of people ask, and we just want to point out a couple things here. So the first thing is that there is a very well-known video engineer by the name of David Ronca. David Ronca was one of the originals building the video encoding team at Netflix, and for many years led that team and built that team up and gave it the foundation even for what it is today. A lot of you probably know David Ronca or have run into him. He put a quote out there that we found really prescient in this whole, question of, are ASICs, relevant for me? He said there are two types of companies in the video business: those that are using video processing ASICs and those that will. Obviously, we're biased, but look, this is somebody who is operating, needs to balance both quality with performance. And so I don't think anybody would suggest that any of the video services that David or his peers work with are willing to sacrifice quality just to save money. So that's a very important statement. The second point to this slide that we want to bring out is that the giants, the titans, are already using ASICs. So the reason that YouTube can be so competitive into the market, and in fact, YouTube continues to cause some real disruption for other user-generated platforms, simply because the other platforms who are not using silicon, who are not using ASICs, they're not using BPUs, they cannot compete. And so they have to do things like reduce resolution. They have to do things like offer fewer profiles in their HLS stack, for example. Maybe they can't offer 4K. They can only offer 1080p. Maybe they can't offer, P60. They can only offer P30. And that's all because they're stuck operating on CPU and maybe in a limited way on GPU. But both Meta and Google are operating 100%, or actually it's not true, not 100%. They do use software for certain codecs and applications, but largely operating in silicon. So we like to point that out.